So with your DF shade, you'll receive a page to let you know how to mark your rafters and how to mark your posts. This will be where you fix your rails on at and your ease beam on at and your ridge beam. According to the width of your shade, the sheet will give you where you're marking them at. So here we have two rafters and two posts set out for our frame. It's a good idea to set it up in skids like this. Let your hand access in the back. Make sure your two posts are in line with your chalk lines at both sides. This will in turn ensure that your shades are correct width. You will have left ease beam plates according to your shade. Here today we're fitting a 140 frame. These plates have a 4-point connection at each side. Some of our bigger frames will have more, and some of our smaller ones will have less. This is your ridge plate again, and over here at the right hand side for your right hand eave, just ensure whenever you're setting out your posts and your rafter that the post actually comes up by the rafter and the rafter's inside the post. So here we're going to line all the plates up and fit the bolts loosely. So here we have our first rafter set out over two posts. This is what it should look like. We're in line with our chalk lines up both sides. This ensures the width is correct. And then to square it, we'll measure the two diagonals. Here this measures perfect. This is to ensure that your shade will be plumb and square. Then we will tighten one bolt at each side of the bracket, ensuring that it doesn't move. Double check after you tighten one bolt, then go ahead and tighten all the bolts. So here we're going to stand up our first truss. In larger frames, it'd be a good idea to have the assistance of a muke. Usually we use a wee electric muke in the middle. Come in here, lift it up on the muke and use it to lift it and steady your truss. As this is a smaller frame, you can do this with two strong men. So it's a good idea to stand it up like this first. Larger frames might be a good idea for one man to move a metre forward first. But with this one, we feel confident to carry it along. Place it in your area. You'll have your holes already drilled. It's a good idea to have your nut gun, thin reach, and your two Thunderbolts, thin reach. Here we're going to sweeten it in about an inch out of the ground. It's a good idea to sweeten both bolts in, get them lined up. Once you're lined up with your two chalk lines, feel free to tighten it up. Really small, that will stand by itself, but just with the Thunderbolts. Larger frames, keep your muke attached to the top of your rafter to hold it steady. This will vary from wire to wire. If it's a windy day, you also might need to prop this with a bit of timber. And usually whenever you stand it up, it will lie back slightly off the plumb. So here again, make sure that the post is coming up by the rafter. You're fitting your plate like that. There has been people in the past just put the rafter up above and fitted the pit like this here, which is incorrect. Always remember this road.